Good afternoon, CFM. This is Coach Matt with our Monday workout. Today is the beginning of a new 18-week cycle. So some of our new focuses for this cycle are going to be a combination of shoulder press and bench press. So we'll be doing some vertical pressing as well as some horizontal pressing. We're going to maintain the focus on our back rack lunges because everyone hates them and they're really good for you. And then we're also entering a block of training for the 1K row time trial, which we did during testing week. But we're trying a little bit of a different format for it this time around, where we're only going to do one training block every other week. So hopefully it's not something that gets too repetitive or too oppressive for you. And you can just come in, and even if you're not training for a specific 1K row goal, you will still get some good sprint training out of those little blocks that we're going to be throwing into it. And even in the winter months, or especially in the winter months when we can't be outside running fast, it's good to have some very high intensity outputs that are very short in duration as a part of our training protocol. Okay, so that's what we'll be doing with the 1K row, and that's the purpose of it, of this like relatively short but very, very high intensity work output block. And we're just picking the 1K row for that. For this cycle, okay? All right, so let's begin with 2 rounds of the warm-up. The first round, 600-meter row. Second round, a little bit faster and only 400 meters on the rower. Then we're gonna do some seated hip swivels, 8 reps on each side. So try to get the bottom of one foot to the top of the other knee. Knees approximately 90 degrees. And the more you can lean onto the leg that is pointed downward, or the knee, that the inside of the knee is pointed at the ground, the more stretch you'll get out of it. And then if you put your hands out front like this, you'll get a little more out of it than if you have your hands behind you and you're leaning backwards like this, okay? Next one is scap push-ups. So there's a little shoulder workout, warm-ups. Really try hard not to have your elbows bent on this, but the elbows totally straight and thumbs pointed forward as you shrug down and then shrug back up, okay? So the angle that your arms are at makes a difference in how that affects your shoulder blades. So I'd like to be as externally rotated as far as I can and then shrug back and shrug forward, okay? Standing quad pulls is next. So just alternate right, left, try to get the knee as close to the other knee as possible. Don't let your knee fly away to the side like that. And then toe touch to overhead reach, just nice and easy. Smooth curls of the neck. Try to make your neck the first thing that initiates the movement and the last thing that finishes the movement as you reach overhead. And then one last one on the ground of cat-cows. All right, so for the first part of the workout is just going to be lifting, and it's going to be our back rack lunges. So you got your weight. We have done this enough that you know what a challenging weight is. And we're doing 8 reps per leg on this, so a 16 total. If you don't know what weight you should be at, then I'm okay with you escalating the weight as you go through the set. If you do know what a challenging weight is for this, then I would like for you to pick that challenging weight from the first set and try to maintain it all the way through. And the way that I was just doing it is the way that I would like it to be done, which is alternating right and left and picking one foot up and then stepping back together in one motion, all right? So specifically what we're looking for is a weight that is challenging, but that allows you to pick that leg up, tap the knee gently to the floor or to an ab mat or a red mat or whatever, like squishy pad you want under your knee. And then in one motion, it's back up to that hip width stance. All right, so if the weight is so heavy that you're kind of skipping or doing multiple steps to get down or multiple steps to get up, then I would like for you to decrease the amount of weight that you're using, all right? So 4 sets of 8 reps per leg or 16 total. When we get done with that, we're doing row and core intervals as follows. So we're gonna do 4 total intervals, and each one I would like for you to focus on the time that it takes you to get that 300 meters done. If you don't have a goal pace for your 1K row, then just sprint, right? Just go as hard as you can for 300 meters. When you're finished with that 300 meter row, you're gonna look at the clock. We'll have a running red clock. Rest exactly 1 minute. You should still be out of breath. You should still not feel like going back on the rower, but you can do some sit-ups and some bird dogs, right? So this is kind of a little bit of light active recovery for your row. If you want to do ab mat sit-ups like so, this is fine. If you'd like to do like a V sit-up or a bicycle crunch, pick an ab movement of your choice that's not terrible. So no GHD sit-ups, but V sit-ups or regular ab mat sit-ups will be fine. And then the second movement is a bird dog. So this is from our quadruped position. All right, brace the belly, reach the elbow and the knee together, and then reach those same two out. So I'm going diagonal across my torso. Try really hard to keep your belly braced and pull your belly button up towards your rib cage as you do those, and get all 8 on one side and then switch to the other side. And then rest another minute, right? So make sure you're approaching recovery, but not quite recovered for the next interval. The idea being, if you carry a little bit of fatigue into that next interval and you try to maintain the same speed, it builds or it replicates kind of the stress of one steady 1K row, right? And we're doing it 4 total times, total of 1,200 meters. And I would like for the total time that you expend to be the average time that you have on these is the score for today. So every round you're gonna enter your, like, let's say it's 1 minute and 0 seconds, right, for your 300-meter row, and you'll enter that and enter that and enter that and enter that, and at the end you'll get an average time, and ideally that average time is at or better than your 1K row goal pace, right? And that is our first in the installments of 1K row time trial training. The next one will be 2 weeks from now, so don't even worry about it for a while. All right, that's it for Monday. I'll see you guys on Tuesday.